Okay, so first we're going to use Neosporin, the cream one. I like to use this on any spots that I have that need to heal. It really helps make them heal a lot faster. Then I'm going to use Clinique Moisture Surge. I'm almost out of this stuff. I've been using this for a really long time. It's great stuff. Especially if you're prone to breakouts, it will not break you out. This is the gel formula. And for primer, I'm going to use Smashbox, the original one. I've also been using this for a really long time, and it works well for me. And I've been using the Double Wear Stay in Place by Estee Lauder. It's the 2C1 Pure Beige. This stuff dries super fast. I've been using it for about 2 months now. Usually I just use my fingers because it dries so fast, and I do one side and then the other side. But I'm going to try my new MAC brush that I just got from the Wash and Dry collection. And that's MAC 125 SE. And I've been liking it for this. It's not meant for this, but because of the way the bristles are, they're quite dense, it works good. And I'm just going to add a little bit more where it's needed. Now, I've been using this brush for about 3 days now, and I have noticed that a couple of the bristles do come out every time I use it, which is pretty typical of MAC brushes, but just something to note. But it's still a good brush. I do like this brush, especially for this. So for concealer, I'm going to be using Kevyn Aucoin's Sensual Skin Enhancer SX06. This is great stuff. It takes me about 2 years to get through a little container, so it's worth it. I'm going to use my little concealer brush. And I think this stuff actually moisturizes the area where you have breakout, so it actually helps it to just heal faster instead of just drying it out and making it crusty. I think it has in it honey, which I think helps a lot. Plus it has a really nice, pleasant smell. Nothing overwhelming. And there I go again with that lovely fluffy brush. And now I'm using Select Moisture Cover in NW25 by MAC. It is actually for the under eye. It's a moisturizing one, a concealer. I like it for myself. I don't have very dark under eyes, so it works fine because I really need the moisture under there. I have drier skin, so. And we have Light Boost, Prep and Prime by MAC. Using that to highlight any areas I want to pop a little more. I always feel like this stuff is going to run out so fast, but it seems to last a really long time. Using the same brush, number 57 by Sephora. And I'll be using that MAC brush again too, just loving that for everything. Really buffs in everything quite nice. And for setting powder, we have Cover FX in light. The illuminating one, we have a big fluffy brush from Sephora, old one, that still works. I do not need to set the Estee Lauder foundation, but I do need to set the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer to keep it in place. And there's my Brow Wiz by Anastasia Beverly Hills in soft brown. I love this brow pencil. Works great for what I need it for. Just basically fill in a little. I've also used the powder version, which I also like. Next, I'll be using the NARS Laguna bronzer with my Echo Tools brush. I've had this forever. As you can see, I've used this up a lot. The NARS I've been using forever too. I'm just using it around my neck. Next, I'm going to be using my MAC 109 brush with my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I've been using this MAC brush for a long time too for bronzing and contouring. Seems to work really well for me. I'm just so used to it now. It's hard for me to use anything else. It does shed a little like most of my MAC brushes, but that doesn't bother me. It just works so good. I guess someday I'll have to get rid of it when it has no more bristles left. I'm going to use the highlighter Freshen Up from the Wash and Dry collection. I'm going to be using it as a blush because it does not work as a highlighter for me. And I'm using the MAC 129 brush, which works really well as a blush brush for me. The bristles are slightly rough, but it just works so well. I like it. And it doesn't seem to shed. And as you can see, this is really working well as a blush on me. And now here's the MAC 137, relatively new brush also. I do like it, very soft. For highlighter, I'm going to use my Lorac Perfectly Lit in Spotlight. This brush works well for that, the highlighting. It has splayed out since I've gotten it, which I was hoping it wouldn't do so much. I wanted it to stay a little more tapered, but I still do like it. The Lorac highlighter I've been using for years too, and I do like that. I go back and forth with cream and powder highlighters. I'm just going to take my big Echo tool brush and just blend it all together so there's no rough lines. And we have MAC Creme de Nude. This is from the new Wash and Dry collection. It is a cream sheen. It is also part of the permanent collection. I have never owned it before, but I like it. It's very nice. And now I'm going to use the lip gloss in Domestic Diva, also from the new Wash and Dry collection. It has a little bit of a pink to it. And for eye primer, we're using Smashbox 24 Hour. I've started using this a couple months ago, and at first I wasn't sure how much I liked it. It does dry pretty quickly on the eye, so you really do need to blend it in well, because once you stop, you can't really go back to it. But it seems to be working really good for me. Now we have Anastasia Beverly Hills with the MAC Brush 239. The first one I'm using is Gold Rush, the inner corners of my eyes. I am wetting it to get that more foiled look. We have Copper Shimmer. I am using a Shikoto GSN 10 brush to place the eyeshadow. This brush works really well for blending and just getting rid of those harsh lines. Now we're going to be using Fresh Green, and I'm using a Sephora brush, number 17, an oldie but goodie. I am wetting the eyeshadow so I can get a foiled look. Then I'm adding a little bit more Gold Rush just to fix it up a bit. And from the Lavish palette, I'm using Orange Soda on my brow bone with a fluffy Sephora brush. Any fluffy brush will work. It's a nice color. Just has a hint of peach in it. And the last one I'm using is Legend, and that is going to be used as a highlighter. Just a fluffy brush. I'm going to use again the Sephora one. It's a really nice highlighter. And we have Dip Down MAC Fluid Line eyeliner using a Sephora angle brush. And I'm going to go off camera to do this because it's actually just easier. There, I'm all done. This is a nice brown. And my L'Oreal Paris Voluminous with the curved brush. A great drugstore mascara. Separates, lengthens, thickens, really like it. The curve brush had a learning curve to it, but once I got it, I was okay with it. A great savings, really, since I go through mascara so much faster. I'm gonna go off camera to do this too. Just easier because I'm looking in the camera right now instead of in the mirror. And there I am, all done. Not bad. And the last thing that I've been using that's new is the Smashbox Water Primer, which I've actually been using as a setting spray, and I really like it. It's so moisturizing. It's a really nice finishing touch when you're all done. And something that I just love, this is just a perfume I've been using. It's Ivory Islet. It's from Coco Pink. It's an online company, and it just smells wonderful. If you like lemons and honey and sugar and vanilla. So that's it, guys. So thanks for watching. This is my first ever video, and I hope to make more. So see you guys. Bye.